Okay, so tonight I'm going to take you through the Ballot sample contract in the Remix IDE. And the reason I'm doing that is because I found it'd be a bit confusing. So I figured if I did, probably other people did. And so let's get started. Okay, so first we have to look at contracts, and we got Ballot here. And then we're going to go and compile it. So this is going to use the Solidity compiler, and we can publish it. And now that it's been compiled and published, we have to deploy it. So Remix creates a whole bunch of accounts for us, which is really nice for testing. So I am going to get the items that we are going to test. And because what we need is we need to give it an array of basically 32 byte address and 32 byte numbers. So what I did is I basically took two 32 byte numbers, literally counted out 32 bytes, put them in quotes, and made two of them to get an array, and we are going to deploy that. So we stick that in. As you can see, we've got our 32 bytes here, and we're going to deploy it. And you can see it deployed successfully. Let's see if we can make this a little bigger here so we can see it a little bit better. That's not working. There, a little bit. And the next thing, now that we've deployed, the chairperson, you can see, by the way, blue is means getters, orange is no ETH required. If you see a red, you have to give it, it requires money, so like a payment or something of that nature. But we can click here and we can see the chairperson account here. We can see, now you have to give this a number. You give this proposal 0, and that'll show you the first one that we put in. Data 0, so if we go up here and we look at 0, well, that's interesting. Let's see what we got. Oh, did we get a return? Yes, we did. So this showed so this is our return value right here, and it has no votes. And we're going to look at 1. Again, we have no votes. So now what we're going to do is we need to get some voting going on. So I need to get some accounts here. So let's do this and copy it and go back to our chairperson. And as you can see, so this voted, and give right to vote. Let's see. Let's go and do this. Get another one here. And I don't know if I think we may have to go back to the chairperson. Let's try without that, and well, let's put it in vote and see what happens. Okay, so we gotta go back to the chairperson, and I'm gonna do give right to vote, and all right, this is an error, and these errors are not clear, so I'm gonna go with copy this address, go back to the chairperson, and this something got messed up in the argument, so let's try that again, see if that, yep, that worked. So we gave him a right to vote, and I don't, now when I tried this before, it complained and said they already voted, so let's try this. Already voted, okay. So, I don't know, so we have delegate, so let's see what we got here. See what happened. So this will return, that's interesting, wait 1, address of delegate, and vote. So let's try this one here. And we know we successfully made it that person a delegate. Oh, I think I have an extra. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if that one worked. Looks like we froze it. Looks like we may have frozen this up. Okay, so this happens. Let's restart this. The good thing is, I'm going to stop it and restart it. Recompile it and publish, and then we're going to get our little set of proposals, and go back, and let's see, and deploy it. So it successfully deployed it, and we can see doesn't look like it returned anything. And we can see now we have a deployed contract, and so now let's go back and let's check our chairperson again, just who we expected. Let's check proposal 0, just what we expected, and proposal 1. And let's see, I think, no, it wants an address. So let's start getting some voters again and see if we can get this to go. So we're going to take this address, copy it. Now we already saw how to do the delegate, give right to vote. And I'm not sure. Let's go in here. And actually, okay, require, okay. So let's hit this one. And remember, it's the chairperson who can do this. So that's what we have to switch back to the chairperson's account. And let's take that one too and look at voter. And see what would return. Wait, one voted. And so I'm trying to see why. Let's see what happens then if we actually. Now that's really odd because it should not be a payable function. The transaction has, and this is the error you get quite a bit. So let's go into debug here and see. So, aha. Oh, you look at that. Require sender dot wait. Okay. That's the issue. So what you're putting in here is actually, let's go back. No wonder it complained. So let's change the, yep, that's what we want. I believe we have given him the right to vote, or her. And let's see what, yep. And proposal 0 has vote count 1. So there, so this gives you the right to vote. This lets you delegate. If you look at the delegate code here, so if that's voted, so now let's try delegation. Let's go here and send him. Oh, before I do that, mouse is going a little crazy here. Let's go here. All right. We're going to copy that, and then we're going to go back up here. And let's see. He can't delegate. He already can't delegate to someone who voted if you already voted. All right. So that, of course, makes sense. Doesn't matter who it is. So I'm going to try that again. And then we're going to So we're going to need to go here and give him the right to vote as and now we should be able to you know what I bet it is? We we gave him the right to vote, but he's already been a delegate. Okay. Let's try something else here. Let's try this one. And remember, only the chairperson, which is the account you use to deploy, can give you the right to vote. So we're going to clean this out. And we're going to, there we go. So now this account has the right to vote. And let's see if he could delegate. So this is 617, what we need. 617. And then we're going to delegate this guy and see if that works. Yep. So now that individual has the right to vote for, and now let's see what happens. Already voted. Okay, but you get the idea. So this is a little voting thing. We can even check and see the winning proposal. Let's see, winner's name. And the winning proposal is proposal 0. So this is an example of something a little bit more involved with Flipper that took me a little bit of frustration to figure out exactly what to do in what order. And but you can see you can run a little election with this, and it's all on the chain. One interesting thing as well, let me see if I can find it. You have an option of what chain. You can use either JavaScript VM, which is what we're doing. This is an execution provider, so if you want to use MetaMask. And this is if you have a local node that's running, you can actually connect to it, and that might be a little bit of a good experiment. But the nice thing about the Java VM is it just comes up. Now, we did have some issues with freezing, and I'm leaving it in. I think you need to see some little foibles and frustrations of this thing. But hopefully this has been helpful to you. And, and one thing I want to mention as well is the debugging. You see winning proposal? This will give us an example. You can just walk through it. And it's gonna, the one thing is it tends to go into machine language. I don't know if you can turn that off, but what I'd want to do is, for example, keep running to this breakpoint. And so you can do that. And then it's going to return. So anyway, hopefully this has been helpful to you. I think this is a very interesting environment to play around with. I think it's has some nice debugging in it, and we can see how we're able to use it. And what it does is it runs on a local port. So anyway, again, if this has been useful to you, please give a like, and please subscribe and ring the bell, and so you can see my, all the videos. And I will speak to you next time.